Hey guys, it's Daniel, welcome back. If you like Nirvana, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of Nirvana related videos here, including interviews I've done with Steve Albini, Jack Endino, and many others. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Dumb. Dumb is the sixth track off of Nirvana's third record In Utero, and it's unique for a few different reasons. Within their catalog, there are a few things about Dumb which make it stick out. For example, similar to Polly, which I'll be making a video about Polly soon, Polly lyrically is very dark, but the music is pretty chill. Similar thing with Dumb. Musically, instrumentally, Dumb is a very chill song, and lyrically, it also, initially at least, without really looking into it, it does just kind of sound like a chill song overall. But getting into the lyrics and hearing what inspired Kurt to write those lyrics and what they meant to him, the song takes on a different meaning. In Kurt's own words, for example, in the unused liner notes for Dumb, he said the following: "All of that supposedly unaddictive, harmless marijuana wasn't ever strong enough. It led me to climb the ladder to heroin." In an interview with Rolling Stone magazine in 2015, Frances Bean Cobain, Kurt Cobain's daughter, said, "I cry every time I hear that song Dumb. It's a stripped-down version of Kurt's perception of himself on drugs, off drugs, feeling inadequate to be titled the voice of a generation." Kurt Cobain has said that Dumb is about people who are easily amused. People who not only aren't capable of progressing their intelligence, but are totally happy watching 10 hours of television and really enjoy it. They're happy. It's interesting that a song like Dumb can have such an emotional effect on Kurt Cobain's daughter and on a lot of people because it's actually a very mellow song. Similar to the way Something in a Way works. One of the differences between Something in the Way and Dumb is that Something in the Way follows your traditional Nirvana song trajectory in that it goes from quiet to loud, quiet to loud. Whereas Dumb is pretty much mellow throughout the entire song. In my video About a Girl, I discuss how that song is one of the first examples, if not the first example, of Kurt really embracing his pop sensibilities with songwriting. That song was written back in 1988. It was released as part of Bleach in 1989. And Dumb was written in 1990. By that point, Kurt became more comfortable embracing his pop sensibilities because the thing that made him apprehensive at first is that he was concerned writing pop-esque songs would alienate his grunge audience. About a Girl didn't alienate his grunge audience. People loved that song. So he felt more comfortable really embracing that side of him. And rightfully so, because Dumb is a beautiful song. And in Krist Novoselic's own words, it's a wonderful pop song. Dumb is a beautiful song. That's a really good one. In particular, I like the BBC version of the song. It's real raw, but still the beauty is strong. A sweet pop song. Now, I just want to clarify, when I say pop, I'm not referring to the type of pop we generally hear today on the radio. The kind of like compressed, manufactured, packaged song that is distributed on the radio today. There are some good pop artists today, but overall it is kind of a dumpster fire. But back in the 60s, for example, with the Beatles and the Stones, some of that was pop music. And so when I'm saying Kurt is channeling his pop songwriting senses, I'm referring to pop in that vein. There are honestly some pop artists from today that I think are talented, but overall it's just become such a cookie cutter factory type of thing today with pop music. And it's really sad because someone like Kurt Cobain, if Kurt Cobain was around today, I don't know if he would have had the same success as he did back then, because he spent his time writing music and focusing on developing his craft, and that does not seem to be what is valued today in terms of marketability. Obviously, there's always been an element of marketability in addition to the music itself, like the image and the music has always had kind of a back and forth. But today it just seems the image is so much more important than the music, at least in terms of mainstream popularity. But anyways, back to Dumb. The first time Dumb was played live was as a solo performance by Kurt Cobain on September 25th, 1990 for a radio show in Olympia, Washington. The first time the full band performed Dumb live was in Seattle on November 25th, 1990 at the Off-Ramp Cafe. Dumb appears as the 6th song on In Utero, and as is the case with many of Nirvana's songs on In Utero, Dumb was written before Nirvana even recorded Nevermind. As mentioned, it was written in 1990. There are 4 known studio versions of Dumb. The first version is the acoustic performance Kurt did at the radio station in Olympia. The second was recorded during a session for the BBC in London, England on September 3rd, 1991. Producer Jack Endino, who produced Bleach as well as some of the songs which ended up on Incesticide, recorded 3 instrumental takes of Dumb with Nirvana on October 26, 1992 at Word of Mouth Studios in Seattle, so maybe that shouldn't be considered a studio version because there's no vocals, but that's up to you to decide. And of course, the version of Dumb which appears on In Utero was recorded by Steve Albini. In Utero was recorded at Pachyderm Studio in Canyon Falls, Minnesota from February 12th to 26th, 1993. The album was released on September 21st, 1993. 3 singles were released from In Utero: Heart-Shaped Box with Marigold as the B-side, the All Apologies Rate Me double A-side release, and the ill-fated Penny Royalty single, which was pulled off the air shortly after it was released. I talk in more detail about what happened to the Penny Royalty single in the video I made about Penny Royalty. If you'd like to see that video, it is listed in the description box below. Although Dumb was not released as a single, it did reach 37 on the US Alternate National Airplay chart and has become a popular song on alternate rock stations. Dumb was not released as a single, though it remains a popular song and has received a lot of critical praise. In 2004, for example, Q Magazine ranked Dumb as the 7th greatest Nirvana song of all time, NME ranked Dumb 6th in 2011, and The Guardian ranked Dumb 9th in 2019. To date, there are 2 officially released live versions of Dumb. The first one is from the Reading Festival when Nirvana performed there on August 30th, 1992. That performance of Dumb, of course, being part of the release Live at Reading, which was released as a CD-DVD in 2009. The second live version of Dumb is from MTV Unplugged, which was performed in November of 1993. And during the performance of Dumb at MTV Unplugged, cellist Lori Goldston, a friend of Nirvana who also toured with the band on a few occasions, was there for the performance, and her cello added an extra layer of emotion to the song. The In Utero version of Dumb also has a cello. The cellist on the In Utero version is Kira Shaley. Interestingly, all of the songs which appear on Nirvana's first greatest hits record, the self-titled Nirvana, are all on the second record, Icon. So, the second greatest hits record is basically the exact same thing as the first record. It's just Icon has only 11 songs, and the self-titled Nirvana has between 14 to 16, depending on which pressing you get. Now, granted, there are different versions of the songs. Like, for example, About a Girl is on both records. The one from Bleach is on Nirvana, whereas the one from MTV Unplugged is on Icon. All Apologies, the In Utero version, is the one that is on Icon. The one from MTV Unplugged is the one that's on Nirvana. So there are a few differences here and there, but if you look at the track list, it's the exact same album. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to make of that, but it's just, I guess, a cool, interesting note to point out. I don't know. Are there any songs that weren't included on Nirvana's greatest hits albums that you feel should have been? If you guys like Nirvana, please subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more Nirvana to come. Thank you for watching.